Welcome to Revolver Rants, where I rant about Revolver stuff. I don't claim to make any sense in these videos. These are just my rants. Alright, let's get started. Today's episode: things that should be standard by now on full-size double-action revolvers. First, let's define full-size as it relates to this video. It's any revolver, regardless of caliber, that's at least the size of a Smith & Wesson K-frame and has at least a 4-inch barrel. Here's an example. This is the Smith & Wesson 617. It's chambered in .22 long rifle. It's built on the K-frame and has a 4-inch barrel. For this video, this is the minimum size for a full-size revolver. Here are some other examples shown next to the 617 for scale. 686 Plus with a 6-inch barrel and built on Smith & Wesson's L-frame. Colt Python 6-inch barrel built on Colt's I-frame. Model 29 6.5-inch barrel built on the N-frame. The Monster 460 XVR bone cut. Okay, you get the idea. So, what needs to be standard on these full-size revolvers? First, an easily interchangeable front sight. Back in the dark ages, when people dressed like this, and video games looked like this, changing out the front sight on your revolver wasn't really that common for the everyday person. But times change. Now people don't necessarily dress better, but the video games do look better. Anyways, nowadays changing the front sight on a revolver is pretty common, and you have quite a few choices. Fiber optic, glow in the dark, patridge style, tritium night sights, etc. It would be nice to have an easy way to drop in a new sight. Some companies have engineered quick change front sights into their revolvers, but it's not always across the board. For example, Ruger has a quick change system on the standard GP100. You stick a rod in the hole and relieve pressure on a retaining plunger, and then the sight just drops out. Pretty nice. Here's where it gets weird. Not all of the GP100s have the quick change. If we go look at the matched champions, we see that some of them have the dovetailed front sight. Sure, if you have a padded vise, a drift punch, and a hammer, then you can easily drift sights in and out all by yourself. But not everyone has those tools. However, everyone does have something you can stick into a hole. And the weirdness continues. Other versions of the matched champion, like this Talo edition, bring back the quick change. This inconsistency is rather baffling. Imagine a small chain of 5 burger restaurants. 4 of them have a normal drive-thru, where you order, pay, and get your food all in the drive-thru lane. Then, for some reason, the last restaurant has you order at the drive-thru, but has you pay inside, then has you go back into your car to wait while they bring your food to you. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that analogy works. It was late when I wrote it, but I did write it, so I'm using it. To be fair, Ruger isn't the only company guilty of weird inconsistency. Smith & Wesson has done it as well. In 1990, Smith & Wesson brought out the 629 Classic 44 with their own version of a quick change front sight. You can easily identify it by the hole in front. Now, calm down. Just because it has a hole in front, it doesn't mean you should start sticking things into it. This isn't the Ruger. The Smith & Wesson quick change has you pulling back on the front sight, then tilting it up and out. Admittedly, this can be a bit trickier than the Ruger system, but I'd still prefer this to drifting out a dovetailed sight. So, did Smith & Wesson put this quick change system on all of their full-size revolvers? Nope, that would make too much sense. Let's take a look at their current lineup of 629s. The 6.5-inch barrel has the quick change, the 6-inch barrel does not, and the 4-inch barreled version does not. Even the vaunted Performance Center is hit or miss with the quick change. 629 Magnum Hunter, dovetail. 629 Stealth Hunter, dovetail. 629 PC Hunter, quick change. and the PC Hunter is the one that got discontinued. Go figure. Also, Smith & Wesson really likes the word hunter. They really need to try to be more creative. Colt named their guns after cool snakes like Cobra, King Cobra, Python, Anaconda. Ruger named their guns after cool birds: Black Hawk, Super Black Hawk, Red Hawk, Super Red Hawk. Smith & Wesson should name their guns after cool legendary creatures like Dragon, Minotaur.
Then there's Pikachu.
Anyways, back on topic. Another feature that all full-size revolvers should have by now is the interchangeable barrel system. Back in 1967, a man named Carl R. Lewis patented the sleeve and shroud revolver design. This design has a barrel, aka the sleeve, that threads easily into the frame just by hand. The shroud then fits over the sleeve and mates with the frame using some type of physical alignment. In this particular model, a Dan Wesson 15-2, the alignment is from a tab and keyhole system. As long as the tab and keyhole are machined correctly, the shroud will always line up with the frame, thereby eliminating any occurrences of a canted barrel. The sleeve and shroud are then locked into place with a front lock nut. No, it's not the traditional way to do it, but who cares? It works. The design and engineering is solid. It works well. The Dan Wesson revolvers, which use Lewis's design, are known for their accuracy and durability. Lewis's patent has long been expired, so gun makers have implemented sleeve and shroud on some of their models. Ruger pretty much advertises it on their Red Hawk page. On a side note, yes, I'm aware that the older Red Hawks had the quick change front sight, and the newer sleeve and shroud Red Hawks have the dovetail. I don't blame the sleeve and shroud design for this. Ruger simply needs to get on the ball and find a way to get the quick change on the sleeve and shroud Red Hawks. Anyways, back on topic. Smith & Wesson is using sleeve and shroud on some models as well. They're just not as upfront about it as Ruger. On the Model 19 Classic page, they don't overtly state a sleeve and shroud, but look at the materials for the barrel and frame. Carbon steel frame, stainless steel barrel. Yeah, that's got to be sleeve and shroud. On both the Ruger Red Hawk and Smith & Wesson Model 19 sleeve and shrouds, I got to give them some credit for hiding the sleeve and shroud. There is no visible front lock nut, so obviously both companies found a different way to lock the sleeve and shroud together. And there are probably other models from Ruger and Smith & Wesson that now use the sleeve and shroud. No need to go into them. The point is that the design is solid. It works. Sleeve and shroud works well when implemented well, and companies are using it. So my rant is, why can't they just make the extra jump to a full-blown interchangeable barrel system? For example, get rid of the 629 Classic. Yeah, I know. Sounds like blasphemy, right? But hear me out. Replace it with a new 629 using the sleeve and shroud system. Call it the 629 multi-barrel system or whatever. I'm sure the Smith & Wesson marketing department will come up with something cool. Or they'll just probably call it Hunter. Or
Then there's Pikachu.
Anyways, the end user can then create all the other 629s with just a barrel and shroud change. Smith & Wesson can easily bring back older 629s like the Trail Boss and the Silhouette model using this method. One frame, but multiple barrels and shrouds. How cool would that be, huh? Yeah, it's nice to dream. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Don't take it too seriously, just having a little fun with some ranting here. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time.